Hi everyone. Uh, I'm trying to once again keep things a little bit more relaxed for a Sunday shiny hunt. Hopefully, I'll have more energy this time around because I know that the past few Saturdays have been fairly tired oriented. But yeah, hi, hello. How's everyone here in Twitch and on YouTube? We actually had a follower, two of them actually, since last stream. We had Demon Frog the first, which I didn't realize Demon Frog wasn't following. I thought he was like a long time ago, but oh well. And the other is Hika1. So thank them both for following. That's super sweet of them, and thank you. All right, so I need to also make sure. Okay, so Articuno is sitting at 17,600 soft resets, which is super silly. Like, it's beaten Bulbasaur, and I didn't think it would. But I'm hoping that my dear beloved Giratina, which I got offline while I was at work this week, just casually doing resets at work, and it popped up. I think it was 3,570 or something like that. I should probably double check the image. If you want to get like a little heads up on some of these things before I even start streaming, feel free to join the Discord. It's in the description of the YouTube video, or you do exclamation Discord if you happen to be here in Twitch. But I kind of talk there from time to time, whenever it's just like something kind of fun happens. So yeah, 3,570 resets for Giratina in Japanese Platinum. So ecstatic for that. I love Giratina. Is my favorite legendary. And I couldn't be happier. They're like, I already wasn't upset about not getting Articuno because it's my favorite legendary bird of these trio. And so it's just like, now I'm even less upset just because of the fact that I managed to get Giratina. I was so happy about that. So I re-enabled the gong sound for the counter. So if you like it or if you don't like it, please let me know. I mean, it doesn't bother me whether it's active or not, because I hear it anyway. It's just, I know that sometimes it can interrupt the music that's playing in the background because of how loud it is. So please let me know if it's something that you enjoy or something you don't like, or something like that. I can actually change the noise too. It would be kind of funny to just like have like a squeak, or like have like the vacuum noise from like Kirby, since we're listening to Kirby music today. Just play every time I go up. But yeah, I'm hoping that today I can finally have like some good like energy for the day, because I never ever get to do these shiny hunts while I'm actually like fully awake. Because I think the last time we did it was after the Nuzlocke, I believe, or maybe it was on a Saturday and I was just really tired. But I know there was one day where we did it after the Nuzlocke, and I was super tired. I don't know like what it is about shiny hunting, but it made me really tired. But for offline hunts, the next goal is to, in the Japanese Platinum, is to go get some Dittos. But in regards of like offline shiny hunts, Darkrai in my physical Platinum copy, like English copy. That's next hunt. I'm only like 300 in, so I don't expect to get that anytime early. But dude, the Giratina is so pretty. I can't wait to get the Grisius orb. Or Grisius. I don't remember how it's actually said. But no, it's oh man. I'm glad that nobody was walking around at the time that I got the shiny Giratina, because they would have like asked if everything was alright. Because I just very loudly like gasped at the fact that I could get the Giratina. I mean, I've hunted it off and on for a while, so it didn't really like. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'll get it eventually if I just do like 50 or 100 checks every so often. I know I'd get it eventually. And per usual, yes, I know it doesn't count for this challenge, but that one was just kind of like a personal goal. Because I figured, you know, why not? Why not get the Japanese Giratina from the Distortion world? And on top of it, get some Dittos that I'm going to need for the Masuda method anyway. But what would be kind of cool, though, would be to start giving out some Japanese Dittos just to people for fun. It's a lot of transferring up in order to get to home, but it could work. At least that way people could hunt Masuda more often. There's a whole bunch of people in the community that are willing to do that stuff anyway. Like give out free Japanese Dittos or free different region Dittos. So it's not like I'm the first person to do it or anything like that, but I thought it'd at least be nice in the event. But this week has been wild since last doing this. Like on I think Thursday morning, I came home and half of my house had power. That was a very weird thing. And it turned out it was because like something with the electric company had gone on. It's not like it was something that they like were like doing, like they work on some lines or something like that. Turns out that like a leg, which is what it's called, that feeds into like your electric box. That like the meter, that's what I meant. Like the meter that like displays, so that way they know how much to charge you at the end of the month. But apparently there were two legs, and I'm not an electrician, but the way it was explained to me is there were two legs that feed into it, and they have different, I think, voltages. I think it might be wattage. It's one of the two. And what it is they each do different things and supply power to different things. Hi, Kai, how are you doing? Well, it turned out that one of them was faulty. So the electric company actually sent out a crew, and I currently have a temporary like fix up so early. I got up earlier than this. I got up at like 6 a.m. So I have a temporary fix of the leg for my my meter outside, so that way like the other half of my house and the outlets and like the stove and the dryer will all work. I thought it was a problem with the breaker box, but when I was messing with the thermostat at one point, like some of the lights turned on, which made me realize that if it was an issue with the electric box, it means that something is shorting. And so I called an electrician first, and they recommended calling my electric company first, because apparently the electric company stuff is free, which, yay! I'm going skating, but it's full gear and sticks and stuff this session. Ooh. You gonna kick her in the shins? Hi, Kai Char Char. I'm too scared for that stuff. Thanks for the shiny surprise. Too bad it didn't shine. Ah. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. I got that Giratina, dude. Nothing could bring me down in the shiny hunt. Even if I hit 20,000, like I'm fine. Dude, that Giratina like lift up my boots for shiny hunting so much. But the only thing that kind of like happens every so often with this temporary fix is that the lights will flicker very briefly. Nothing will like shut down or anything like that, but they like flicker. Because I'm in that half of the house that lost its power. So sometime tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm hoping, they're gonna stop by and try to find where the actual like fault in the leg is and replace and fix it. So it's possible that during that time, I might have to like stop stream or pause stream or something in order to like get that sorted out. And it is also possible that if while during stream it just shuts down, so we'll see what happens then. I don't know when they're gonna come in, but I'll find out. In lighter news, I believe, let me check the schedule. I believe how I have my schedule set up for this week, where is it? Yeah, so how the schedule's set up this week is kind of a little annoying, but it's kind of how it has to work. So obviously today, Sunday, the 8th of June, we're starting here at a crisp 10 a.m. You know, a very early bird catches the worm kind of thing. However, Tomorrow, we're actually going to be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, which that's what I've been kind of streaming at lately. And then Tuesday, we're back to 10 a.m. So it's just like, I'm kind of like going back and forth. I don't know really what the better time to stream is. Like, I just have fun streaming anyway, but I don't know. I don't know when the best time to actually stream is, because I do kind of want to grow. I mean, who doesn't? So I'm kind of experimenting with that as well. And then Wednesday, there might be like a short stream that day, depending. Like that day could also just be shiny hunting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to play it by ear on Wednesday. The important thing is that, you know, I'm trying to stream as much as I can again. For a while there, I was kind of like stuck in the time where like I really just couldn't stream at all. Hey, I'm gonna try to get back in the full swing, you know. But what's on the docket? And I mentioned this in the schedule, but just in case there are people who are listening that are curious about what it is I'm going to be doing this week. I'll sit today, shiny hunting, and we're going to be doing a little bit more of the PLA Nuzlocke in about 2-ish hours. So we'll have to see on that. Also, I forgot to start recording, which is a problem, but oh well. I'll just take the VOD. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? Hold on. Let me do that. I already did an intro for YouTube, so I'll just take it from the VOD and splice it on. Oh well. It happens. It's been a while since I haven't like recorded. But yeah. I think about 2 hours of the shiny hunting and then maybe 3 or so hours of the PLA Nuzlocke. My goal is to get to the next like level threshold, because the tournament actually ends today. There's no way I'm getting to like top 3, but I at least want to try and stay in the top 5. That would be cool, but we'll have to see. Yeah. So today, obviously, shiny hunting PLA. Tomorrow on Monday, we're going to be playing more Final Fantasy VIII, because I haven't played that for a little bit, so I kind of want to get back into that. And then lastly, on Tuesday, we're going to be playing more of LSD Dream Emulator, as well as kind of like ideas I've been spinning around about what to do for the next kind of adventure game, like action adventure game. I'm not quite exactly sure yet what I'm going to play, but I'm trying to figure something out for it. I have a few ideas floating around, and I'm hoping that some of you will be able to be there to talk about it. Because I mean, there's a few games that I know that most people probably haven't played, but I'm sure that there's plenty of games out there that I haven't played or heard of either that I would like to try out. So if you want to like a sneak peek into that, that'll be on Tuesday after LSD Dream Emulator, which I think will probably be about another hour and a half or 2 hours of playing that. Maybe I might make it longer. It depends. That game is pretty trippy sometimes. It kind of like sucks you in to a degree. But it shouldn't be too bad. I do severely hope, though, that the game that I want to play for the action adventure days is like my computer will function properly. If it doesn't, then oh well. I know in the future there is a game that I do want to put in the RPG slot, but it still has to come out. It's still in early. But like I have a few ideas for the adventure games. Some are actually strictly like Steam PC games. Some are emulator and some are on the Xbox. So It's more like spitballing about different ideas and seeing what I can get convinced. If I can convince myself to play a certain one. I still need to play Unravel 2, but I still need to get Sal up here for that. So many different games. There's so many different games and so many to play through and experience. I could always play it safe and play something like... Well, no. I probably shouldn't spoil what my ideas there. I need to say that for Tuesday instead of spouting it out on a random day. Also, I don't want to spoil it for YouTube whenever... If anyone ever watches this and like, oh, I wonder what the next series is going to be. Oh, so the rest of the week up until last night, aside from half the house having power, was pretty alright. The exception to that, though, is two very goofy, or one goofy thing and one kind of like semi-serious thing. The goofy thing is so back in January, I was driving back from well, I guess it is kind of serious in the matter, but I was driving back from my dad's funeral in early January, and it was during a pretty big snowstorm during that time. And just yesterday, Kat brought in some mail. Oh, she brought in some mail, all right. It was from that state's, like, transportation department or something like that, for a toll that I had gone through without paying the money. This is, mind you, this is during a snowstorm, a severe snowstorm, where there were signs at the toll booth that said, hey, don't stop, keep going. And so I got a letter in the mail saying I owe quite a ridiculous amount. I'm pretty sure it costs more to send me the mail than the quote unquote bill I'm gonna have to pay. But for running the toll booth, it's going to cost me a whopping 89 cents. And mind you, they send, like, whenever you like run like through a toll or like a stop sign, you get like a fine or something like that. Usually they take a picture to like, hey, look, this is you. This is your vehicle. This is your license plate. And when I tell you, this is the like the pixels are literally visible in this camera with how bad that snowstorm was. Hi, Kai. Char. Like, I could tell it's my car. I could read the license plate. But like, man, they're charging me 89 cents for running a toll booth in the middle of a snowstorm. And it got to me 4 months after the fact. For some reason, phishing isn't working. Like, phishing's up, you can see it, but for some reason it won't work. It's not paused either. I don't know what's going on with it. Like, maybe I have to... I was connected, and it said I was connected whenever I joined, so maybe I need to just reconnect it. So, hold on. Actually, hold on a sec. Let me pause the recording. Alright, that should be resolved. You should be resolved. So go ahead and try to fish again. But dude, it was so goofy when I got that piece of mail. 89 cents for running a toll booth in the middle of a snowstorm when the signs told me to not stop 4 months after the fact. Actually, yeah, 4 months after the fact. And it's like on the back it says if you don't failure to pay this fine might lead to legal action. And I just I kind of want to go to legal action over 89 cents because I was in the middle of a snowstorm and the signs told me not to stop at the toll booth. Silly. So silly. You never told your story about your car like a month before you moved? Go ahead. Go ahead. Feel free to. Feel free to. But I thought it was so goofy, man. When I opened it. Like, I want to frame this letter. My God. I mean, funny enough, I was actually thinking about, like, whenever I was, like, pulling up to it, I was thinking, man, I probably have to stop for this because there's a toll booth. And then I saw the sign, man. Just big, the big one of those like just flashing signs. Do not stop. I wonder how many people have gotten hit with those. Like, because there were a lot, not a lot of people. There were a good amount of people on that road though that day. Because if you had to take the highway, if you took any other road, it was not going to end well. Let's see here. Basically, you had a snowstorm. It wasn't on lease anymore, just your roommates, because you was moving out earlier. They didn't tell you that they were cleaning the parking lot and your car got towed. And you're so mad. It actually might have been 2 weeks before you moved. They had to pay the tow, and you complained to the leasing office and got them to pay some because you wasn't on the email list anymore. My God. Dude. That's pretty messed up. Dude, I'm glad that I don't have to worry about, like, places towing my car. Because I don't have to, like, park on the street or, like, in a parking lot or something like that. But still, though, that seems like an important thing to kind of, like, you know, leave a notice on the door or something, rather than, like, in an email list. Like, your roommates felt bad, and they brought you to the tow place. Just, you're like, WTF. Oh, man. I mean, I guess you'll technically never make that same mistake again, right? You were pretty fuming. Getting you mad, like, getting you actually, like, mad is an impressive feat. Like, a lot of the time you probably, like, feign your anger sometimes to, like, drum up, like, a kind of ironic hype, but, like, it's just so funny. You had to get those totes out of your car to pack. Wait, packing in totes? Where I'm guessing you're putting like clothes and stuff in there? Oh no, totes. I'm thinking of like the handbag totes. Not like the big one that I have behind me. Oh man. Dude, I'm still missing a tote. It was the dumbest thing. Yeah. You got your car towed because of some weird cleaning from a snowstorm because you weren't on an email list. And I'm getting charged 89 cents for a toll booth that I passed through when I was told not to stop. I'm not just gonna drive by, throw change out the window, and hope for the best. However, speaking of cars, now here's a pretty bad one, right? Actually, I'll tell it after the ad break. But no, like this week's been funny. The grainy pixels. I think it might have been snow or like ice creeping up on the camera, but like man, it was so bad. I will get it framed. I don't have a frame right now, but I will get one. Like a nice, like, just very, very flat black frame hang on the wall. This is my honor of having to pay 89 cents. It's really, times are tough right now. Maybe I shouldn't pay the 89 cents because I don't have the money. Yeah, I won't tell the story while I'm in an ad, but I'll still shiny hunt. It's really your roommate's fault they didn't tell you, but yeah, I gotta go, bro. Good luck with the hunt. Gotcha. I mean, you should really listen to my last story, but oh well. Bro. Hitting me with a bro. Yeah, so the story, now that the ad is done, is essentially last night, Kat and I were coming back from her grandparents' house because we were dog sitting. Yeah, that's why I stopped. Because we were dog sitting for a couple hours while her grandmother ran to the store to try and find doggy diapers for this puppy. Well, this puppy has no tail, which don't know. Apparently, it was born without it. I don't know. I don't know what would cause that. But she eventually gets back, play with the puppy a little bit more, and we get to heading out. It's like I think 11:30 or so at night. We're leaving, and we start heading up the road. We live like maybe 5 minutes away from Kat's grandmother. And so we're driving back, and I'm still tired because like I took a nap earlier, got up, did some things, went out there, and so I'm still tired from the 12-hour shift. Partially because I only took like a 2 or 3 hour nap, and so like I'm starting to kind of like doze slightly even in the car because I'm in the passenger seat while Kat's driving, and in the span of about 2 seconds I woke up fully because Kat had to, this is like a serious story, Kat had to like swerve very quickly because a deer came out into the road. Well, she still clipped like the right side of the car, but what's kind of like amusing about it is the fact that the deer kind of just like hit the front and broke the 2 chassis bolts or chassis like pieces off of the frame, and so her light is like underneath her hood now, but like the light is perfectly fine aside from the chassis pieces being broken off. And then from there it proceeded to kind of just glide down the right side of her car, just denting any spot that was sticking out. It looks so wild to look at like out in the daylight right now because it's just a I said to her earlier whenever I was driving her to work today that whenever she gets her car repaired, that right side is going to look like a crumpled piece of paper because they're going to undent all the different things from it. But like it's so weird because when we were driving home the rest of the way, her headlights sit like up, kind of like bug eyes, I guess, because she drives a Juke. So if you want to look up what a Nissan Juke looks like, their lights are kind of like up. And so like you can see the one on the left perfectly fine, and then it's just a black void on the right side, and it looks so weird. But we looked at it this morning, and it's gnarly to look at. Like it's really just a lot of cosmetic issues. There's no like severe damage except for one spot. The main metal part where the headlight is like it's like bent. It's not like dented. It's like bent, and it's really weird to look at. But she has some quick reaction time whenever she's driving. But that deer was, from how she described it, the deer literally just kind of like jumped over the guardrail, from what I can tell. That or like it just like emerged from the woods on the right side. But it had just like appeared. But like you can see like her I don't know what they're called, but like the wheel hub-ish area, there's like a guard above it, but it's not like a splash guard. And so like both of those on the right side are like bent all to hell. Like the pieces that hold them in are also broken. But that whole thing, those things are plastic. But it was just kind of amusing to look down and see that every bit of the side of her car that sticks out slightly because of the design of the car got hit by the deer and pushed in. It's like the deer went Beyblade on our car after it got hit. And the crazy thing is, whenever we were driving back through there, we didn't see the deer at all. So either someone took it, or it just kind of like, all right, I guess that happened, and moved on. Do you remember the story about the guy back into a stop sign? I do not, but what about it? I have a lot of silly stories about cars too. Yeah, she's pretty upset about it, but thankfully 90% of the damages are just cosmetic aside from the 2 like brackets holding the light in place. And there's like 2 plastic pieces, which if we can just remember the name, we can probably just get replacements for anyway. Everything else can probably just be like heat and suction cup back up. Yeah, just cosmetic damage. Dude gave you 400 bucks cash or something like that. Should have reported it, but you didn't. Wow. Yeah, Kat and I reported it. Because she wants to get the damage fixed, and our deductible is like $500, which of course we don't have. Surprise, surprise. So she's probably gonna have to drive her grandparents' car for a little bit. That, or she's gonna like figure out if there's anything that she needs to do with the car. Because whenever she hit it, like after we got home, she was worried about driving it. And that's actually the same way it was for me whenever I hit a deer, like head on. This was years ago. Like, ooh, like, let's see here. I was driving a 92 Lumina coming home, and deer full on just jumped into the like front part of my car. Well, if you don't know anything about Luminas, that's an all metal car. You wish you did? Really? I wonder why. But it's okay. All right, bye, Kai. Have fun. Make sure to take out those shins. But like, yeah. So it's that those Chevy Luminas are like all metal, and so whenever I hit it, the only damage that my car sustained back when I was driving that was the right headlight was broken. The front headlight was like plastic, like the covering of it. And so like the car didn't have any cosmetic damage or anything like that. It was apparently a tank of a rolling car that eventually felt like it had tank controls because my power steering also died in it. But yeah, because like that was the first time I ever hit a deer. So I ended up getting out of the, like pulling over and getting out of the car and like looking for the deer and stuff like that. And it definitely passed the mortal coil upon impact, which is really sad. But it did leave its mark on my car by also taking a dump on it in the meantime. Yeah, I felt really bad about it. And like there was a farmer that came by on his tractor, and like I was just like asking like, man, is there anything I have to like do about this? Because I've never hit a deer like prior to that point. And so I didn't know like if I report it to like some kind of like animal thing or what. But I mean, he said that there's not much I can do, but he would take care of it. So whatever he did after I left. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I don't. Let me turn this up just a little bit. I don't understand, like why deer do that. Like, I get they just want to cross the road. I get that, but like, why does it always feel like animals wait to the last second to like cross the road? It's like they're all playing Frogger, or like whatever that chicken crossing the road game is that I can't remember the name of it. It's like in arcades and stuff like that. It's like, why do they wait until like a car is coming to do it? I see this with so many birds. Why do birds fly so close to the road? They have all that area and they fly like so close to the road. It's like they like do like a parabola going down instead of up. It's like, why? I wish that there was like an animal psychologist that I knew that I could ask these questions to, because it's baffling. Because like there's a reason why we call it like the deer in headlights phenomenon, like where it's just deer in the road, you have headlights on it, and it just freezes. Like, why is that? Because like deer have evolved to like run from hunters, like and people, and they're very skittish. But why is it when they see a car, they're like, all right. So there has to be something about the lights that does that to them. But like, also, why do they jump out into the road so often? Like, even just to cross it, like, I mean, we have enough sense to be like, okay, if we see a car, we could wait. But like, why don't they? It's just weird. But we are fine. We didn't suffer any kind of injuries. Like I said, it was just the right side of her car that took a little bit of a beating. The car is actually functional from what I can tell. I just know that she's worried about it. The door does creak a little bit whenever I open it now, but we also haven't got it fixed. Though I think the biggest problem is the fact that that headlight is kind of just like underneath her hood right now, which isn't a good thing for the specific reason of that headlight has her blinker on it, because she has a driving, is it like a driving fog light down below, and just like a normal light, the one that got pushed in on the top of it. And so people in the front can't see if she's pulling to the right because they won't be able to see the headlight. But her high beams are also tied to those ones that are up top. But I did like touch it, like whenever we pulled over initially after the accident, and like the headlight didn't move. So it's either like still pretty secured in there, even though it broke 2 brackets, or like the hood is somehow holding it in place. I mean, either way, we're going to probably change out the light somehow. Maybe not the light itself, but maybe like the chassis or the brackets. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about cars to honestly say like what it is that we need to get done. Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot to check to see if the one place I was going to call is open. I forgot to see if they're open today. Let me check. Oh no, they're not even open today. I misread that whenever after I took Cat to work. Oh, there was another thing. Something about like animals and cars. I think it was like something is with the deers. So like how I was talking about deer, like they kind of had this like they've learned to like run from hunters and people and stuff like that, but not cars. I think there's elk. At least I'm pretty sure it's elk. It might be moose. I mean, it could be both. Where like they don't have that fear or that skittishness, and they'll like run you down. But why are they built like tanks, man? Like you're better off crashing into a tree than you are like a moose or an elk or whatever the animal is. I don't get it. I don't. I'm just glad I don't live in an area with moose. You see, for if the meese were here, I probably wouldn't ever drive. Because they'll stand in the road and they will not care. You move on their time. Let's see, what else has been going on? That's a little lighthearted. I mean, I've been going through more of my backlog. I posted earlier this week that I finished off Sonic Generations. Because once again, another 360 game like Super Meat Boy, where I was super close to finishing it. I just needed to finish collecting things, and I blew it. Somehow or another. I just stopped playing it for whatever reason. But I'm still glad I finished Super Meat Boy. I finished Sonic Generations this week, and I had to collect all red stars, had to get all skills, and had to get all collectibles. So, I mean, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I enjoyed Sonic Generations anyway. So it was a fun time kind of like revisiting it and going through like old stages again, like from the previous games, like playing through Crisis City from Sonic 06 or City Escape from SA2. But once again, still continuing the grind through Devil May Cry 4. Let's see here. I think since the last time we did this, I managed to get through Bloody Palace fully with an S rank. That was annoying, but it was fun, super fun. People were like, yeah, level 85, which is a fight with 2 blitzes. They were like, that one's pretty much the hardest one. And so, like, whenever I beat that, I was thinking, man, that really wasn't that hard of a mission, or that level. So I don't know what's happening there. Also, one of the things was like, yeah, Devil May Cry 4's Bloody Palace is easier than like the previous version, which was Devil May Cry 3, and I have to agree. Going through essentially 10,000 quote unquote floors of Bloody Palace and Devil May Cry 3 was pretty rough. But it was very fun. It was very fun. Especially since you could skip levels if you knew what you're doing. If you knew where to go, like which paths to choose. You could skip floors like super fast. But also we beat Son of Sparta difficulty, which did that on stream. Oh, no. We did Heaven or Hell on stream. Which I don't know if scheduling, if that will come out the same time that this does, like the same week or not. But hey, if it came out beforehand, what'd you think of it? If it came out after the fact, I mean, well, here's your warning. But offline-wise, like achievement-wise, I've managed to get through Human with all S ranks, Son of Sparta with all ranks, because both of those only needed like a handful of missions. I think Human had like 6 and Son of Sparta had like 4 that I had to do. The one that's taken the most time so far when it comes to getting those S ranks has been Devil Hunter mode, because I essentially need to replay all but like, I think 5 missions. I'm trying to think like the ones that I did like before stream. I think I'm looking at the other ones that I'm looking at right now, so no, about 6 or 7. So 13 or 14 missions I have to S rank on the normal difficulty of Devil Hunter. And then I'm going to be starting Dante Mustai mode, which is the brutal difficulty. That one's gonna sting. That one's gonna suck. Especially for the S ranks. To be fair, there's only 2 missions on Dante Mustai that I'm worried about the S ranks. Mission 14 and Mission 18. For some reason, Mission 18 I'm just really bad at. And 14 is the one with all the Assault Chimeras and Scarecrow Chimeras. Like, oh, and faults. There's faults in that mission as well. So it's just it's an overall annoying time on stage 14. Let's see here. I mean, the Dante fight in the first stage is pretty easy. Burial isn't really that hard anymore, but I know that every enemy can. I shouldn't say every enemy. I think most enemies can double trigger. I think all the bosses can too. Essentially, that just makes them like super strong and it gives them some thumb hyper armor. But you can still like buster them. I know, I'm interested to play through Dante Mustai on this game. Though I don't know if I'll play this game on so like this is the 360 version of the game. I don't know if I'll play the Xbox One Special Edition version or not. Because some of the achievements in that are essentially the same, but they're also other like kind of tedious achievements. Like some of them are for like triple S ranking like a certain boss, which I don't think that one's too bad, other than like Sanctus. His are pretty annoying because of that shield that he has and the attacks that you can do. So there is that. But like, I don't know. I really don't think it's gonna be too bad, other than mission 14. And then I gotta play through Hell and Hell, which is like heaven or hell, except instead of everything dying in one shot, including you, it's only you die in one shot. So you essentially have to no damage every single mission. Though you do get free revives. Like if you get hit, you get revives like you did in Heaven or Hell. But in order to unlock that difficulty, you gotta be Dante Must Die mode first. And you get the super costumes, which give you Infinite Devil Trigger and other stuff. So Heaven or Hell really won't be that bad. I just think that the S rank requirements for Dante Must Die are probably going to take some time. Thankfully, I do know that the time constraints for S rank, which is the if you get an S rank on time, you get like a 3x multiplier to your style score. I know that on all the missions are super generous. And I hope that's because of the fact that, like, I hope it's that way because, like, it just wants you to take your time rather than because all the enemies are super hard. But we'll have to see. But in the middle of that rant, we hit 18,000 soft resets for Articuno. 18,000. Yeah, I hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it. But it's fine. I need to persevere through this because this is going to be the last soft reset hunt for a little while. Because these soft reset hunts are getting kind of boring. I mean, the hunts are going to be boring anyway. Like, after a while. But, like, we've done a year and a half or so of just hunting. Like, soft reset Pokemon. So I think it's time we moved on for a little bit. I mean, it's possible that Safari Week is coming up. Could do that. And just because I do an event doesn't mean I can't, like, it won't count for this. It will, so long as I'm playing, still doing, like, the rest of the rules. So, like, if the game is in, like, Scarlet Valley would have Safari. If the game is in, like, Johto or something, obviously I'm not in Johto, so I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, couldn't I have just gone into Gen 2 and just did all the shiny hunts there? Because technically speaking, all the Generation 1 Pokemon were there too. I just had to go through, well, maybe not all of them. But, like, I just had to go through the Gen 2, like, story first. Then I could have had the funny eggs. I still would have had to hunt Ditto, though. Kinda. I guess I could have just done the Gyarados. I guess I could have done that, but this feels more authentic to what it is that I'm trying to make it do. Because I don't have to go through Generation 3 to get to Generation 1, you know what I mean? Since these are like a Gen 1 game primarily, and then like some Gen 2 Pokemon after the Elite Four. Which, are you ready to take them all? No. Fire Red's ready to take them all, but Leaf Green isn't. Leaf Green still has Sabrina and Giovanni to go through. Ooh, what is this song? I want to know what this song is. Ba, ba, ba. Wait, what time are we on? 4:31. Beach's Backyard from Kirby 64. Ah, that's why I recognize it. That'd be a fun game to play through Kirby 64. Could do a 100% playthrough of that. That game's not too bad, 100%. I'm just vibing to the music. I mean, surely Articuno will shine before 20,000, right? I mean, I was saying 20,000 as a joke because of Giratina, like, getting it so quickly. I'd like 3,000 plus 17,000 is 20,000. But I wonder if Articuno is actually going to go for it. I know that Articuno can shine because this is before Shiny Locks. Huh. Oh, I just realized whenever I add the phase counter down below, I can invert it. So like how it's red to green right now, I could change it to be green to red, so that way it's still symmetrical to what I'm trying to make it be. You know what I should have actually done now that I'm thinking about it? Because it's been weeks since I changed this background. What if you change it? How's this look? That's pretty good. How's this one? That looks kind of gaudy. That was really not any better. Look how grainy all of them are. We'll use this one for a little bit. Oh, but now I can see that the RPG game is not in there, right? No, what? I fixed it and then I made it incorrect again. There we go. Yeah, let's get a little different background for a little bit. I haven't changed the background in a long time, so. No, brighter greens and lusher greens for purposes of it being spring, almost summer now at this point. Actually, wait, when does summer technically kick in? Like, I already feel better. Like, I'm liking this background, you know, like I said, fresh, new, it feels better. Alright, nothing. Let me do something real quick. Do that, do this. Aw, oh, man. I didn't think that they would be off. Man, I was gonna go, like, lurk in somebody's chat. I didn't expect them to end so early, though. Oh, YouTube, if you made it this far, please let me know what kind of games you'd like me to play. And I could add them to, like, a list. I'm always open to new and fun games. Because, like, I haven't seen every single game, so... I think it'd be fun. Alright, so we got about... a little over an hour left or so before I switch over to PLA. Let's see here. If I was to... I'm going to do this check first. Alright. So, tournament-wise, where is it? Ooh, somebody has a standard completed run. Alright, so somebody has a completed run, which means they have first. Like, guaranteed. I'm just, like, looking at this, and I can see there's a lot of people that are before Kamado. Which is pretty rough for me. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I probably won't get top 5 on that, but oh well. It was mainly just to see if I could get through it anyway. More so than, hey, can I place in this leaderboard? It was mainly meant for fun anyway. Well, that and charity. It was mainly meant for fun and charity. Like, currently, what are they sitting at? I can't even read what that says. Never mind. They actually lowered their goal to 750 pounds from 1,000. I think they were like 600 last I saw. So they're getting real close to their goal. Well, their new goal. Come on. Oh, this feels like a Yoshi story song. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It feels like Yoshi's story. All right, I think if I can manage to, we'll probably get to 18.5. And then we'll probably wrap it up there for shiny hunting. Actually, where did I leave off? Hold on. Where did I leave off even in the Nuzlocke? Snow Point. Okay, so we have Snow Point to still go through. Oh boy. I'm not gonna like that one bit. Because that has me going through the opening sections of the ice area. Going up through there and fighting Braviary. And then I can go fight Avalugg. Which will increase the level cap again. And then after Avalugg is taken care of, we get exiled. Only have to go do a bunch of stuff before we get to the Coronet Highlands to go fight Kamado. However, I think this is the last star we need. The one I forgot to ask if I can do offline. So there's still like a lot of ways to go. I mean, it's possible I could it's possible I could very much get through Snow Point and Avalugg really quickly. But getting to Kamado probably isn't going to happen. Because you have a whole fetch quest of stuff to do during that. And a whole bunch of trainer fights. Yeah, not to mention I think you have to fight the three sisters again, I think, at some point. And so they're stronger. I don't know. I've liked this Nuzlocke though. The Nuzlocke's been super fun. It feels very strange to have to plan so far ahead. Like, oh yeah, I want this for this team, or I want this Pokemon for when I go against this trainer and stuff like that, which is why I have that, that's why whenever I fought against, ooh, who was it? Who was it? It was one of the, Melly. When I fought against Melly, I was terrified of losing the, not Ursaluna. Because Ursaluna is part of my final team. So, I mean, having to plan that far ahead is pretty intense. And like a standard Nuzlocke, you really don't get much of like a choice. It's just, oh yeah, here's your wild encounter for the area. Did you catch it? Cool. If not, good luck in your next area. I don't remember how HM mons work in that game. Like for Nuzlocke. I mean, that's whatever, but still though, I might do more Nuzlocke in the future. Maybe not in PLA, because PLA is a very long game. But I definitely think it's I see why people like it, but it's also so stress-inducing. One moment. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not online. Hold on a sec. Let me close this and reopen it real quick. Oh, I didn't mean like that. Hold on. For some reason, my Discord isn't truncated. It's supposed to automatically do it whenever I open OBS. But for some reason, it's not. It says I'm playing Lurkbait. Interesting. I wonder why none of it's truncated. There. Alright. That was weird. I was wondering why I was still getting pings. And then it's like, oh yeah, guess what? You're not truncated. It detected that OBS was open, but it didn't detect the fact that... It didn't detect the fact that I was streaming. Wild. I love Discord. Though it is funny that it says that I was playing Lurkbait. Articuno is going to be the 6th shiny for this challenge of 150. Oh, whoops. Aw. At the rate we're going, right? Start in February, so a year and 4 months. And we're at 5. Like, if if that's the case, right? What's 150 divided by 5? Right. And then we, oh god, what do I multiply that by? I mean, like, that should give us 30, but like, it means that we're 30th of the way. Times, what, a year and 4 months, so 16 months. So 480 months, which is 40 years. At the rate we're going to take 40 years to finish this game. Oh no. I knew it. I was going to be 90 when I get to Gen 3. Like actual Gen 3. That's silly. There's no way the odds would always be like that, right? Like so bad like that. There's no way. I mean, maybe if I stream this longer, I could get shinies more frequently. But it's hard to do that. It's hard to stream this for hours upon hours upon hours. Like when you're actively playing a game, it's a lot easier to stream it for hours and hours and hours because like it's, you know, you're engaging with it, you're doing more stuff in it. Like whenever I was streaming Devil May Cry 4, like I mean I was one-shotting everything, but I was still able to move around and talk and have fun. Enjoy the story. Even though I kept skipping cutscenes out of habit. But man, it's weird to think that it would take 40 years to get all the Pokemon in this one generation. I'll be 69. Nice. If it was to the day of today. I mean, it probably won't be that bad for like getting shinies if we do the some of the random encounter hunts, because all of those will be progressing each time to more Pokemon, especially the evolutions. So I think probably one of the harder, more annoying hunts is probably going to be EVs. Because, like, I can get an EV and I can get one evolution, right? But I still need 2 more EVs for whatever the other 2 evolutions are. So that's at a bare minimum 2 egg hunts and 2 soft reset hunts. Which is going to be wild and kind of annoying. I kind of underestimated the length of time that we'd be doing soft reset hunts. Granted, I've only chosen soft reset hunts this entire time, but I didn't expect Bulbasaur to go to 16k. I didn't expect Articuno to go to 18k. Like Magikarp being what, 2,000 or so was a blessing. Squirtle being at like 4,000 something, I think. Like, come on, dude, that's super nice. Snorlax being at 1,000 and like I think 9. Wild. Yeah, let me check recents real quick. Yeah, Charmander at 5, which Charmander at 5,800 took 17 streams. Snorlax at 1,009, Squirtle at 4,221, Bulbasaur at 16,059, and Magikarp at 2,195. And then, like that, we're already up with an Articuno at 18,000. We have 2 early, 2 middle, and 2 super late. Interesting. Because, like, let's see here. We have one at... Oh, God. Like, under a quarter odds. One under half odds. One under half odds. One over half odds. No, they're both... No. Squirtle is still over half odds. But barely. And then one just under double odds and one over double odds. Bro, we're just getting the full spectrum. Like, at the beginning of my Shiny Dex challenge. Like, come on. The scary aspect of this, though, is that in the nature of shiny hunting in these old games, I know I'm going to have a triple over odds. Maybe even a quads odds. I know that it's going to happen. That's the only scary part about these, is that some of these hunts can go on and drag on. That's what happened with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's took months and months and months and months. Technically, Bulbasaur had, what, 3 phases? No, 2 phases. Technically, Bulbasaur had 2 phases because I got Snorlax and Squirtle before I got Bulbasaur. But then I got Bulbasaur before Articuno. So Articuno is technically as phased once. Because the Magikarp. Oh no, actually Bulbasaur and Squirtle technically has 1. Bulbasaur theoretically actually has 3 because I was hunting Bulbasaur for a very brief time with Charmander. Same with Squirtle. I think I had like one set of a stream where I had all 3 of them going. And I think I had like Emerald for fun. Because there was no way I was going to get the Emerald one because of the 0 frame reset. Speaking of which, I don't know how I'm going to hunt the starter in Emerald. I truly don't know. Because, like, Ruby and Sapphire don't have that reset problem. Emerald does. And so that means it affects soft resets. And since it affects soft resets, it means it affects a starter hunt. Because I don't think I can run away and re-enter for a different shiny chance. I could check, probably. I don't remember the start to Emerald. But I don't think it lets you leave once you are in that screen. I mean, it won't affect Latias or Latias because those will be Ruby and Sapphire. It will affect Mew and Rayquaza. And depending, but Deoxys. Who else? What else will affect? The Reggies? Can't soft reset for those, have to run it. Well, no, I could just hunt the Reggies in Ruby and Sapphire. I think the only ones I have to hunt, like for sure, is Mew and Rayquaza. Because Deoxys can be done in any Gen 3 game. What else would I have to hunt in Emerald? Regigigas is 4. Not Kyogre and Groudon, obviously. I don't know. I really think it's just Japanese Mew and Rayquaza. Oh, I guess I didn't make it obvious before. I'll probably have to play through Emerald, like, I might have to play through it twice, now that I think about it. Because I do want to play through it once for stream. Because the third edition of a game always has different, like, dialogues and stuff like that. And they have different, like, story to a degree. Like, the same thing kind of happens, like, with Diamond and Pearl, Cyrus is still trying to, like, take over the world in a funny way. It's just that in Platinum, Giratina gets in the way. And so, like, there's some story beats that are still the same, but they're tweaked and changed to incorporate something else. So, like, I'll have to play through Emerald on stream to show off that story, I guess. How am I going to do Japanese Emerald? I could just throw it into a Japanese, like, saved, a Japanese save. What's the word I'm looking for? Conversion. If that exists. Hold on a sec. Oh, okay. That's fine. Wonder what you were at before. I don't... God, what were you at before? So it switched to Giratina. Funny enough, on the counter soundboard, and it's at 31. Well, it's at 30, but like whenever I check now. But there's no way that I missed 30 of these. I'll have to check it in post. Or I could just add 30 on now. I just don't know what the number was at. YouTube, hold on a sec. I'll be back with you. Alright, YouTube. I think I got it. Essentially, I have 120 more because apparently I was counting with Giratina for a while. So that should be our actual count. Let me make sure I have Articuno selected properly. Okay. I don't realize I was speeding through this so fast. God, what was I even talking about? It's truly hard to say. I think it was something about the, like, what I had to hunt in Emerald, I believe. I don't know. Either way, it's only, like, really, like, a few Pokemon. Rayquaza has Runaway that I can just do, and I can probably just run away with Mew as well. I assume. So I don't think they'll be that bad. Then the second generation third game is Crystal, which I don't know how much that they really added in Crystal. So I should probably look that up. I mean, I know that, like, you hunt down Suicune in a different way. Gen 4 obviously has Giratina, the different story. I don't know if Diamond and Pearl have Shaman and Darkrai. But I guess we'll find out whenever I decide to look that up. And then I think Gen 5 on doesn't have a third games. So I guess potentially we only have Gen 3 and 4 to maybe figure out. I mean, in theory, I could just get Suicune and Crystal. Make it fun. Oh, no, but we still have to worry about Gen 3 anyway because of stuff like Jirachi. God, what have I got myself into? Infinite content, baby! That's just how thine cookie crumbles. Though I did need to check to see if Discord's actually functioning properly this time. Hold on. Alright. There we go. Alright, Discord's actually functioning properly now. So I'm not getting notifications anymore. It's like a jazz detective. Nope. Cat text. I don't know how to respond to that. Alright. Let's see here. In terms of other things that have been kind of exciting, the one kind of like game show, like the video game show, I think. I don't remember what's actually called. What is it, like something like IGN Live or something? I don't remember. But it showcased a lot of like pretty interesting games that are gonna be coming out, like Escape Academy 2, which if you didn't play, essentially is just a big puzzle game that you can play co-op. And it's super cool in the co-op mode. Me and Sal played through most of that together. Super fun game. I think like they're gonna make a second one that has it's more like open world. Resident Evil 9? Resident Evil 9 Requiem? Oh man. Whenever that drops in February of next year, we gotta play it. That's gonna be super fun. Like I know that that's gonna be I know that people are going to be playing that like a lot, and that's fine and dandy. They can play it, and I know that I probably won't get like much seen because everybody's going to be playing it. That's fine. That's fine. I'm playing it anyway. I don't care. Sometimes you need that exclusive, you know? That not so exclusive, I mean. I think what I'll do, like, whenever, like, the games that I'm interested, like, freshly come out, I'll probably just, like, upload them more immediately than, like, not. Because, like, my algorithm for being seen on YouTube is already pretty, like, tanked. Because, like, let's go check out the Oblivion video that I uploaded, I think, the day of. Because, like, we streamed that, I think, the day it came out. It has 5 views. Because everybody was playing it. And so, because everybody was playing it, like, nobody was really... Like people are going to watch the people that they like to watch. So, like, I don't care that it's... Like, it's going to be like, oh, it's bad for the channel because, like, you're not getting views on your videos. Like, so? I'm just having fun with the games. I'm having fun with the content creation. It doesn't really matter that much. Well, that's the thing about content creation, is it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be you and your community just kind of hanging out and having a laugh, essentially. I mean, there are places where people are having, like, serious conversations, like, about politics and stuff like that in the world. And, like, that's good for them. I'm an idiot who doesn't know anything about politics, other than, like, some things are stupid and some things are not. Like, so, like, if you ever catch me on one of those, I'm gonna make sure that that's known. Because I don't want to have, like, these serious talks on, like, on here and with people. Like, it's important to have important conversation, don't get me wrong. Because that's how change comes about, and, like, growing and learning. But that's not, like, for this channel, like, the heavy political landscape talk. Or, like, the state of the world kind of talk. Even though I casually mention it every so often. Like, I'll leave that to the people who are, I guess, more professional at it. and the people that actually have like political degrees, like political master's degrees or whatever they're called. I'd be useless in a debate. Because like I don't got facts. I got at best a faulty memory. Because like whenever we were playing through like Legend of Dragoon, I could not like I crossed wires to Final Fantasy VII. In Final Fantasy VII, when you change weapons, it changes the weapon that your character is holding. In Legend of Dragoon, it doesn't do that. And yet for some reason my brain thought that it did. I don't know why. So yeah, I could be like, yeah, but did you know this? And I'm just like, somewhat right, but somewhat wrong. It's also what happened whenever I was talking to Kat about the choosing of the Pope with the cardinals and stuff like that. I was right, but I was also wrong. A lot of wires crossed my brain from the ADHD. Dude. Today, Articuno, please. I've been faithful, Articuno. You will always be my bird. I may have chose Team Instinct whenever Pokemon Go was out, but Zapdos is not my bird. I may have also chosen Zapdos a lot whenever like playing TCG Pocket because was it Thundering Hurricane attack is really good. But I'm an Articuno boy through and through. Now we're getting closer and closer to that end mark that I kind of listed for myself. If we get the shiny early, then obviously we'll just start PLA early, which would be nice. Be able to like make some extra bit of progress, even if it's only 20 minutes. Because in the game like PLA, like it makes a big difference. Okay. Alright, cool. We're still actually incrementing properly. I didn't switch it to Giratina somehow. I am very curious as to why that happens, though. Because, like, whenever it switches, like, there's different, like, selection options in the counter. I'm not even, like, focused on the counter, so I don't even know how it gets to it. Like, I'm focused on OBS. Like, and like my little chat thing is flickering, so like I'm in the chat box, so that way I actually don't change the scene like I did in the past. So like I don't get it, man. I don't know how it swaps. It's kind of annoying when it does it too, because I don't know how many I've done. I probably should like take a screenshot like at the beginning of stream before I start and put it in Paint, so that way anytime this happens I can compare the image to Paint. Because some of the Pokemon in there have like 10 from like when we hunted them before, like Eevee. Or no, I think Eevee has more than 10. Farfetch is at 0. Eevee's at 50. Kabuto's at 10. Zapdos is also at 10. Alright, let me get rid of the Giratina thing because I already did Giratina. It was mainly for like my offline hunt. Sometimes I'd be like in this room hunting while like watching a video or something. So I didn't want to worry about like keeping track on my phone, because I also have a counter on the phone, which is a bit different. Funny enough, though, whenever I was at work getting the Giratina, I was actually using the same counter that we're using here. That time I saw it didn't increment. What was I saying? I was ironically enough using the counter, like while I was just sitting there, because I also have it on my laptop. So that was fun. But the moment that guillotine shut up, immediate Master Ball. Immediate Master Ball. I was not interested in whatsoever having it struggle, look at me, or anything. Immediate Master Ball. I had quick balls. I had 20 quick balls. Like, not... At least I think I did. I might be thinking of my other, my English Japanese save. What? My English Platinum save. Alright, so 96 more checks. Yes, I know 360. The console will shut down soon. Cool, thank you. I was playing my attack for DMC4 again. Yeah, because I have 6 missions before I finish Devil Hunter. I'm mission 12, 13, 14, of course, 16, 17, and 18. And since it was my first playthrough on, like, in the game for Devil Hunter, and I hadn't played the game in years, I forgot how the Sanctus fight worked. And I didn't really learn about it until, like, I kind of, like, sat down with, like, Son of Sparta and human mode. How does this fight work? So, once I sat down to, like, see how the fight worked, I've been doing a lot better with it. Like, actually, since I have it up still, let me look at mission 18 on human. I finished it in 5 minutes, and then in Son of Sparta, I finished it in 9 minutes. To keep in mind, on Devil Hunter, my first playthrough of the game, I got a C rank in total, and I got a clear time of 19 minutes and 57 seconds. So it took me 20 minutes to fight that simple boss. Like, I don't get it. Or I didn't get it. I get it now. Essentially, your goal, because I thought it was just I need to shoot the crystals on the giant, like, savior statue. Like, I thought that's what I had to do just, like, the entire time I was fighting it on Devil Hunter. And then, like, obviously having to replay it on human and on Son of Sparta, I started, like, finding, like, the other turrets. So, like, the turrets, like, there's, like, energy things kind of, like, throughout the map, and, like, the only ones I ever found were the ones that just shoot the beam that kind of, like, stun the statue for a bit. Well, I didn't know that you're supposed to use that time to essentially go to one of the other cannons, which essentially shoot energy balls at the savior statue, which puts it into a unique stun animation where you can run around and destroy the crystals a lot easier. So once I found that out, the fights have been significantly faster. I think there are 3 of the energy ones, like the beams, and I think 2 of the energy ball ones. At least that's as many advice I've been able to find. I should probably watch a speedrun of Devil May Cry 4, the savior fight, and see what's the fastest way to beat it. Because the fight with it is going to be a little strange in hell or hell. Though I do wish I could just take out Pandora and throw the like the mighty shuriken at it, like on Hell and Hell with the Super Dante suit, but I'm not gonna be able to do that because it's so far away. Also, I don't know how that thing works whenever it comes to changing targets. But thankfully in Hell in Hell mode, enemies are like that of Son of Sparta, so I don't think they're gonna have double triggers. At least I hope not. But if they're having Son of Sparta spawns, then they shouldn't double trigger. Oh, I never fixed my intermission screen, man. Oh well. I had the intermission screen set as like a just chatting screen for like 20 minutes one day. Oh well, it won't take much to fix it. Dude, why do I feel like there's just like a clip? Like, obviously I'm 18,000 in. Why do I feel like there's a clip that like Koki or Kai have been like hiding, waiting for me to get the shiny, and would have been like, yeah, remember how like you got to 18,000 for the Articuno? Yeah, you found a shiny one at like 2,000, you just didn't notice. You what? It's like they let me suffer for 16,000 resets, hoping I get another one soon, but then it never came. Ba ba da ba ba da da. Once again, man, that saxophone. Kirby and the sexy jazz. Oh. 28 more checks. That was it. The countdown has commenced. Ba ba da ba ba da da. Oh, actually, how much longer does this video have? Oh, okay. It'll end about the same time this will. Assuming I keep pace. It's like 6 minutes. Which means that I probably won't have a, I probably won't do like the one at a time thing. Ah, well, I might. I mean, the resets kind of happen like, what, one every 30 seconds? No, it can't be that long. Maybe one every 20 seconds? Oh yeah, we'll be able to do individual resets, like checks. Dude, I don't know why I like these Kirby music songs for this. I think it's because they're kind of like energetic. Okay. Really? We're not... Really? No Articuno today? Come on. Is it because of the Giratina? Alright, we'll do it. We'll set that up for all of them. Alright, let me get all 4 of these pulled up. Alright, top right, looping around clockwise. Alright. Nope. 1 down. Come on. 2 down. 3. Please.
Durcock love, Durcock love, Durcock love, Durcock love, Durcock love, Durcock love, Durcock love.
Right at the end of the video, too. Hi, Koki. Funny that you come in because this was right as I was about to end the shiny hunting and switch to PLA. 900 checks. 900 checks and not a single Articuno, but that's okay. I have Giratina. And what's really a better legendary than Giratina? But with that, I'm going to wrap things up on the side of YouTube. So with that, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the Kirby music, the vibes, the silly car stories, the 89 cents. But with that, thank you for coming. I'll be Jello and Memento Mori. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.